Welcome back to She Talks Money, where we talk about building real wealth with clarity, confidence, and no shame around what you should be doing. I'm your host, Jennifer Butcher, and this is episode 2 of our solo wealth building series. In episode 1, we talked about defining what wealth means to you, not the version social media pushes, not the corporate ladder's definition, but your own personal vision of what freedom, security, fulfillment, and legacy look like in real life. And now that you have that picture, it's time to align your cash flow with it. Because today we're talking about how to take control of your cash flow without falling into a shame spiral or giving up everything that makes life joyful. No, I am not going to tell you to skip the latte or cancel your weekend brunch. What I am going to show you is how to build a system that lets you keep the joy and build wealth. Let's get into it. Let's start with a mindset shift. Budgeting, I don't know about you, but for me, it often feels like punishment. It's reactive, restrictive, and filled with guilt. But cash flow management, that's strategic. It sounds and feels better, doesn't it? It's about being the CFO of your own life. When you understand where your money flows, what comes in, what goes out, and how much is left over, you move from surviving to steering. You're not reacting, you're planning. You can't improve what you don't track, said Peter Drucker. And that's the goal, not to obsessively track every cent, but to become aware enough to redirect money intentionally. Cash flow is about clarity, and clarity creates confidence. So let's break this down. Here's the system I recommend. And yes, we'll have a downloadable guide for you in the show notes. So step 1 is know your numbers. Start with the basics. What's your total income after taxes? What goes into your bank account? What are your fixed expenses like rent, mortgage, utility, debt payments? And what are your variable expenses like groceries, gas, fund money? What's currently going into any savings or investments? Tools you can use are Rocket Money. This is great for tracking and canceling subscriptions, and this was an eye-opener when I signed up. Now it makes me really think about whether I will be using something before I sign up for it. YNAB is You Need a Budget is a great app for giving every dollar a job and super helpful when you're starting out on this journey. Another great tool is Monarch Money. This is excellent interface for cash flow visuals if you're a visual person. And then also a simple spreadsheet, and this is super easy because I have a free template. So on to step number 2, identify your values-based spending. Look at your last 60 to 90 days of spending. I know. Categorize your expenses the following. What expenses A, bring you real joy? B, were necessary? And C, were or totally forgettable. I did this and realized there were quite a few things I could have done without, a few clothes, makeup items, or could have spent less money had I put a little bit more thought into it. So the goal is to trim what doesn't matter so you can spend more on what does. This habit also helps you make better choices in the moment. So when I think I want something, I now visualize myself actually using it. Is it really going to help me or impact my life in a positive way? Or can I do without? Will it go to waste? Do I really need that shirt in 3 different colors? Probably not. I know everyone is thinking of something you just bought that you didn't really need or end up using. Step number 3 is build a 3-bucket system. Set up your accounts to reflect 3 main categories. 1, essentials. So this is bills, groceries, gas, housing. Number 2, joy or flex. So dining out, beauty, travel. And number 3 is future you, savings, investments, debt payoff. This system creates flow, not friction. And step number 4 is to automate what you can. Schedule transfers to savings on payday. Auto pay bills when possible. Use calendar reminders for manual tasks. Automation is how you build habits without relying on motivation. And step number 5 is weekly check-ins. 15 minutes. It's so important, you guys. Every Sunday or Friday, look at your bank activity. Are you within the plan? Did anything surprise you? Did you overspend or underspend? Use this as a guilt-free reset point. Hey, we all make mistakes. I tend to shop when I'm stressed out, but checking in weekly with yourself can stop it before it gets out of hand. So make this check-in a habit. You do not need to cut out the joy. You just need to decide what matters. So for example, if travel lights you up, build it into your plan. If weekly coffee dates are your therapy, make space for them. If fashion fuels your confidence, budget for it with intention. What hurts your financial growth is mindless spending, not joyful spending. And here's the bonus tip. Create a fun fund, a set amount each month that you can guiltlessly spend however you want. When it's gone, but there's no judgment. Discipline is remembering what you want. One of my favorite quotes by David Campbell. And it hits especially hard when you think about wealth building, because what you really want, I think what we all want, is freedom, not friction. So let's recap your action steps. Audit the last 60 to 90 days of spending and sort it into joy, essential, and waste. Calculate your cash flow, income minus essential and joy-based spending. And then set up your 3-bucket system. Choose a tool or an app that works for your lifestyle and commit to a 15-minute weekly money date. In the show notes, you're going to find links to the tools mentioned, and soon I will be releasing the Cashflow Clarity System, a free workbook that helps you map this out for yourself. So stay tuned. Remember, cash flow isn't about cutting corners. It's about aligning your spending with your goals, your values, and your vision of wealth. The moment you take control of your cash flow, you stop feeling behind and you start feeling powerful. You become the kind of woman who knows where her money goes, who isn't afraid to spend on joy, and who's building real wealth in real life. If this episode helped you, please share it with a friend, leave a review, and tag me at Jennifer Butcher Mortgage. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a step in this wealth building series. Remember, you are powerful, capable, and wildly worthy of financial clarity. Talk next time.